Hi, this is Interpol Stacker coming here once again with my awful spiky hairstyle. In this video, I'm going to talk about monetary system and the Austrian School of what economies uh, gold standard. Because I personally believe that I don't believe in gold standard because it had failed twice. Not really failed twice, once, because back in before World War I, we had a perfect gold standard, like your notes. One is a receipt for real money, gold and silver, which is, for example, $50 of American dollars or equivalent is you can exchange for in the bank to 50 ounce worth of gold. $50 worth of gold, sorry. Then in 1944, they actually make it illegal for individuals to own gold, and they have people to agree that US dollar is the main currency of the time, and they actually have a Federal Reserve banking, which that means that a certain amount of notes will be a certain amount of gold, not 100%, maybe a ratio of 30 to 20. So which is really bad. Then things got out of hand. Then in 1971, we know the history that President Nixon took down the gold standard because there's simply not enough gold in their banks, in their central bank, in the Fed. So if you ask my personal opinion about going back to the gold standard, I really hope not, because we are giving them the excuse to con us once again. I'm pretty sure that it won't be a US anymore, because there's a lot of countries, including China and Russia and European countries that support Euro. They actually bypass the US dollar because they say that the dollar is the thing of the past. Ming Tu said that in I think a few years ago, which is really sad. And if you think the IMF go do something about it, then I think you're good mistaken, because if they do, they go and tie it down to maybe back to gold standard once again, but with Federal Reserve just back in 1944, and slowly long period of time through inflation and stuff like that once again, it will be a cycle, just that greater consequences. And I I want to see a world that we are using really real gold and silver and a little and with copper. The only reason why Bitcoin, in my opinion, Bitcoin exists is because that people around the world are losing confidence in their currency. Whatever country they are, be it Zimbabwe, Russia, Singapore, USA, Australia. Because I like to set this example. Imagine the currency is the foundation of any nation. If the confidence in the currency fell, then there'll be nobody will invest, because there'll be unrest within the country. When there's unrest within the country, foreign investors won't invest in that country. Hence, the currency will fall. When currency fall, the stock market fell. When stock market fell, then inflation will go up. If inflation will go up, then things will get more expensive. Then we cannot afford things. This is what's happening in US right now. And in Zambolia, I just saw a video just a few days ago. I think in 2007 or 2008, there's a lot of people, they want to withdraw their money, and there's one man, which is a very sad story. He said that he only have $10 million. That sounds a lot to you, right? But he said that out of the 10 million, 3 to 4 million you have to take bus home, 4 million to buy a bunch of bananas, and the rest of dollars just throw inside his house and just like what. Hyperinflation in Zimbabwe is so staggering that we just think it may only happen to their country. But if we're not careful with the deficit spending with countries around the world and foresting around doing crazy stuff like that, we may very well see stuff like that. I mean, you think of personal finance, you don't overspend what you earn. But in US, what they do is they spend more and they print more out of nothing to spend even more. It's just like telling you, say that you want to improve the economy. Let us buy a car to make you let us make a car to sell the car to the owners. what they should do, they should sell the car to other countries so they have the currency come back to them. So I feel that if we have turned back to gold and silver and copper, why gold, silver and copper? Because gold is so valuable, it's so rare. So gold as in like millions, thousands of dollars and stuff like that. Then silver is like hundreds of dollars and a few dollars. And copper, because copper is so much abundant, so it should be any problem to have cents and stuff like that, or even a couple of dollars. If we stick to this principle, I believe that there will be little or no inflation around the world. You go to other countries, stuff will be about around the same price, just off a dollar or two. You won't see things like you from here you go to, for example, from Singapore you go to India, things is reasonably cheap when compared to prices and stuff like that. Or Singapore and go to Malaysia, even though it's more things are not very expensive for us Singaporeans, but Malaysia that they're suffering because their currency is just too weak against the US dollar and Singapore dollars. So let me tell me what do you think about this video, because this is a very serious topic to talk about. So I see you soon. Goodbye.